We are ready for math lesson 112. We'll begin with a little bit of review today, and our review today will be the missing number game, and that's why you're not seeing me, you're just hearing me, because you are going to be able to see those numbers there. And so the numbers are on my table, and I have the numbers 11 through 30. And kids, we've played this before, and so I want you to teach your parents or your brothers and sisters how to play this game. So you can make your own number cards, or if you have some at home already, you're good to go. And you can start with any numbers you want. We are doing 11 through 30 because those are the numbers we worked with yesterday. And so I want you to close your eyes, and I am going to take 3 number cards away, okay? So everybody close your eyes. Okay, now I have 3 numbers. What I want you to do next is tell your mom or dad or whoever's around what numbers I took. So pause the video again, and then tell your parents which ones I took. If you said 29, 22, and 14, you were correct. You can play this game a number of ways. You can have them all mixed up and let somebody pick a few out, and then you put them in the right order. Or they can mix them up and you can pick a few out, and they have to put them in the right order to figure it out. You can start with lower numbers if you want. Any way is fine. Next, we are going to talk about coins. And I have some coins right here. And the first one is the dime. That is, say it with me, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And a dime is worth, you're right, 10 cents. So you count by tens when you count dimes. And a dime is a little bit smaller than the next one I have. The next one I have is a nickel. And the nickel has on it Thomas Jefferson. And Thomas Jefferson was a president, and so was Franklin Roosevelt. And so now on the back is the Lincoln Memorial, and on the back of this is a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. And the nickel is larger, but the dime is worth more. And the dime has a rough edge and the nickel has a smooth edge. And so when you count dimes, you want to count by tens. When you count nickels, you want to count by fives. And the last one, the one that we did first, is called a penny. And the penny has on it Abraham Lincoln. And it's worth 1 cent. So you count by ones when you count pennies. And on the back is the Lincoln Memorial. You guys are good to go. We are going to get started with our math lesson for today. And what I want you to do is look at around your house and in your supplies that I gave you, and see if you can find the bouncy ball. And the math name for a ball is a sphere. Say that with me. Sphere. Say it again. Sphere. It's kind of a hard word to say. Ball is much easier, but it's the math name, and the math name is a sphere. The math name for this is a cube. Remember, we've talked about this one already. So this is a dot cube, and another name for a dot cube is dice. Dice is more than one. Die is just one. So we've learned about this one already, and now we're learning about the sphere today. And so I am going to move the camera down a little bit so that you can see the spheres that I have lined up here. And if you have any balls at your house, you want to gather them right now. So you can pause and find the balls at your house, and then you want to look at the ones I have right here. Okay, now we get to talk about putting them in order. And we'll put mine in order first, and then you can pause the video, and then you can do yours that you have at home. And so you are probably looking at all the spheres I have here, and you're saying, Mrs. Epley, that's too easy. The blue one has to be the biggest one. And you are right. The blue one is the biggest. So we want to put the blue one on this end. So we're going to roll them all down and see if we can get them to stay. And then try to decide which one is next. So, it is not the bouncy ball that I showed you earlier, right? Because that is pretty small. Which one is it? If you're telling me it's the tennis ball that's yellow, you are right. So I will move these down and put the tennis ball next to the blue ball. Now I have 3 bouncy balls left. Is it the yellow and orange one, the yellow striped one, or the orange and black one? You are right. It is the orange and black one. We're going to slide these down again and hope they don't roll off. And then you're probably going to tell me that the yellow striped one is next and the orange and yellow one is last. So they are in order from biggest to smallest, and we can count them ordinally like this: first, second, third, fourth, fifth. One more time with me. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. You can also say last for the last one. Let's try that. First, second, third, fourth, last. Perfect. Now, I am going to say a color, and you have to tell me whether it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or you could also say last. Which one is this? Second, you're right. Okay, how about this one? Fourth. Perfect. And this one. First. Yes. He's kind of like the leader. Okay, now, how about this one? Yes, fifth or last. And this one is second. And this one, third. Perfect. So, you want to do this with the balls that you have, and then you can start the video again. We are going to look at the worksheet now that you have, and you have worksheet 112. You want to look at that right now and put your name on it on this front, and then I will start reading the directions to you. The first line says color the 5th sphere red. I will do that one with you. So you start by the star and you go first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So this one should be red. Find your red crayon. You want to try to make sure you're getting an actual red and not red violet or a different shade of red. Try to get a true red. And then we're going to go on to the next one. Feel free to pause the video anytime you need a little bit more time. Color the largest sphere yellow. Largest is yellow, 5th is red. So you can pause and color that in, and then we'll go on with the next one. Color the smallest sphere blue. Look for the smallest one and color it blue. Color the sphere in the middle green. Middle. When we had 5, the middle one was the 3rd one. So, if that helps you, great. But color that one green. Feel free to pause anytime you need it. And then it says color the sphere on the left end orange. So left would be when your hand makes an L going the right way. So you want that hand, and on that end would be the left one. Your right hand is the one that goes on your heart for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay? When you're done with this side, you may turn it over, and your job now is to fill in the missing numbers. And notice they start with 11, and then they skip one and go to 13, and then they skip one and go to 15. So that's kind of like skip counting too, just like we talked about on our 100 chart yesterday. So I want you to fill this in, and then you will be done with math lesson 112.